Hello guys, this is finally my review on episode, a little bit update for Life is Strange 2 episode 3. I think I might start with that first actually, since that's pretty quick. I can get that out of the way pretty fast. Life is Strange, posted a, update on their blog, or at least on the Square Enix blog, about, the progress of episode 3. It's going along, it's doing good. There's no, issues. They talked about how, how much time it takes to make, to make an episode, and, the important aspects of it and everything. They're just, what they said, I believe, and I'll put the link of it, in the description once the stream's done, of the blog, so you guys can read it yourselves if you feel the need to know the extra details. But, pretty much they're saying how, like, they're getting the last bit of the voice acting done, for it. They're, doing last little things, for it before, doing the rest of the touch-ups for it. There's no exactly date for it yet, when it's supposed to, come out. But I'm sure we'll probably hear about it soon, a trailer or something soon for it. It seems like they're pretty close to getting done with it. They're already doing concept art for episode 4, which is pretty cool. I thought I'd mention that one because I thought that was actually kind of cool. But yeah, but for the most part, it's going good. It should come out, not very soon, but like soon enough. That's my guess, in April. But we'll see how that works, That's just my guess. But yeah, anyway, with that out of the way, let's get to the elephant in the room. Issue 4 of the Life is Strange. Now, as I discussed before, I think, at least I believe, however, actually, I don't know. I don't think I actually did discuss this, because I think when I found this out, it was way after I did the second episode for Life is Strange 2. But it is supposed to be in parts, or, sorry, not parts, arcs, the, issues. I want to mention that right now. So pretty much, everyone knows there's going to be issue 5, so pretty much it's going to be in, like, kind of arc-ish style. So pretty much, obviously, we finished the quote-unquote first arc of the, thing, and now, obviously, when the 5th issue comes out, that's going to probably be the start of the second one. I just want to mention that, because if people don't know that, I feel like, in a sense. So I want to mention that right now. Also, the 5th issue is supposed to come out in May. I think they said May 27th, I think? Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's when it's supposed to come out. I think the Collectors is also supposed to come out in May or April. May or April. I think end of April, maybe beginning of May. I think the four of them. For the first 4. I mean, there's merch out now, but I just wanted to mention that one for just randomness. But, Chloe, do you want to start? Because you have a lot to say, I feel like, about it. It seems like. About the 4th issue.
Yeah, I've read through, the entirety of issue 4, and, well, me and Max have, and it's really, and great, actually. I mean, it really threw me for a loop about, how many twists and turns it actually was. I had one question that I'm guessing that, Max went ahead and answered. But I'm guessing it was kind of like, the dimension that she went to did this. It was kind of like, I'm thinking like a renewal, like new kind of transition phase. But I still found it kind of, fan servicey.
You mean the ending of it? Right, where like...
I mean the beginning and the ending where Max is naked.
Oh! Okay.
I first saw that, I was like, okay.
Back to our point with Sailor Moon. Remember the couple streams back we talked about that? Were you feeling that kind of route? Like, why was that necessary? Did they really need to do that? Concept.
I mean, Max filled me in on why, and everything. I was like, oh, okay, but still.
Hey, that's supposed to be the whole natural self, the purity, I guess, of it all. I don't know. The pureness of it. I don't know.
We're kind of transitioning to where she belonged, but where she belonged was. Is it okay to spoil it now?
Well, this is a review,
Since
yes.
we are talking about Life is Strange,
We are laughing, yes. We finished the game and everything.
In the sense that Max, in the sense that Max went ahead and finally leaped into a time where I'm guessing she had been away and came back because both Chloe, the comic book Chloe, and Rachel were both there. And I'm guessing Max was kind of accepting this as, where she needed to be. But something tells me that that's not the case.
Yeah.
And something bad is about to happen.
Why do you think there's going to be more issues?
Is probably going into the next arc. Coming out May, you think. Probably the 27th. Kind of like what they've been doing, what they did with episode
Wait, hold on.
3.
Hold on. I want to see if it is the 27th. I want to see what day it is because I believe when the comics have been coming out recently, it's been on a Wednesday. Let me check. Oh, no,
what
maybe it might be.
What day has the comics been coming out? What day?
Usually, like on a Wednesday. They've been usually, but this one says
Wednesday?
27th. But 27th on a Monday. Hold on, I may have to check. Hold on. She might get a little messed up, but I need to look it up. Hold on, let me look at my Instagram. I have to go way back. Anyway. Actually, I could just go on their posts. Really quickly. Where is life?
Oh, and before I forget,
Yes.
before Max left, Max and Chloe shared a kiss.
Wee. Oh, you're not calling that one fan service? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Hold on. Okay, this doesn't have any video or audio to it. It's supposed to be 29th. Okay. My apologies. I looked at on their page and everything. Okay, so it is supposed to be on. I was gonna say they're coming out on a Wednesday. 29th doesn't sound like a Wednesday to me. I should have also known because that's Memorial Day. So, no. So it is still doing the whole spiel where it's gonna come out on Wednesday. So yeah, 29th. Anyway, since that's confirmed, continue. Sorry.
But yeah, actually, we never got to see what the statue was.
I'm guessing.
Which was kind of a tease.
I think it's supposed to be memorial of Nathan. I would only guess, but I'm guessing because what they did and they had markers. I'm assuming they tagged the life out of it. Just tagged it. A little mark for Max before she left, I feel like. That's just my guess.
Yeah.
I want to see it, though, because I bet you it's hilarious, whatever they wrote on there. But yeah. Do you have anything else you want to mention before I guess go on?
mean, it was for the most part a pretty straightforward comic. It's like Max has a dream. She's through all these different strings of reality, all these different, lives. As she wakes up, she tells Chloe about it. Chloe's like, it was a mistake to come here. She's like, no, it wasn't. That she needs to find her correct path because all these strings are pulling her, all these Maxes are pulling at her, and she needs to find her true place to, get herself centered where she doesn't have these, time skips or these, flickers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like she decides that, yeah, I'm gonna go now, but I won't forget you. And she winds up going into a reality where, like I said, she'd been gone. I'm guessing this was the reality where she had spent a lot of time in Seattle and decided to go to LA for some reason, because in the last panel it was I think it was Los Angeles. I think it was Malibu.
Malibu? Holy Jesus.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. I don't know.
But the year got me, which was 2014. So that meant that the storm probably never came. Mark Jefferson and Nathan Prescott never went ahead and co-conspired together, and Nathan never killed Rachel, because Rachel wasn't there. I'm guessing this is reality where before the storm went ahead and had Chloe and Rachel actually leave to LA, instead of having all that stopping for the dinner, listening to the explanation about what the mom was, or who Rachel's mom actually was, the mistress and everything. Instead of that happening, they went ahead and snuck in the room, got their shit together, and just left. I'm thinking that's the reality she's in now. And they're now in LA, and it seems like they're making a pretty stable living for themselves now, because, well, they're not on the street, so
they're not street.
So it seems as though that would be the reality that we're going to be going into in Comic 5.
I feel like the ending. I feel like I will say I think they're in LA. I will say that, but I feel like I don't think they left. I feel like they didn't leave. Like they didn't leave like right after the whole spiel with the kiss thing and everything. I think I have almost a strong, very much feeling. This is what my opinion is. I feel like Max lived in Seattle a lot longer. I feel like she finished school there rather than go to Blackwell. Maybe she just wasn't able to go. Maybe she wasn't accepted originally that way. I can see the fact that after I think maybe Rachel graduated, maybe Blackwell. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they did leave at one point though. Maybe later, but not quite then. But I feel like it's a little later on, because to me it feels like I don't know. I mean, they could have gotten their tattoo and Chloe's blue hair, maybe just when they got to LA, that way instead of, in Arcadia. But I don't know. Something about that makes it seem like not, but who knows? I could be wrong.
I mean, if it went that way, it would have to go ahead and find a way to avoid the Frank problem. You know, Frank
Ooh,
Bowers.
the whole having the pain back thing. Yeah. Ooh,
The whole thing with Rachel and Frank.
that.
Because remember, Rachel was trying to find a way to get out of Arcadia Bay, and if it had stayed on the appropriate timeline, there would be a 50-50 chance that either Rachel would go through the same thing, meeting Frank, and end up going ahead and spending less time with Chloe, or her getting her, blue hair, like you said, and her dragon tattoo, and her not being persuaded by Frank or charmed by Frank, and them just leaving. But I kind of think that the Before the Storm thing would have been more feasible, because let's
Yeah,
be real, whether you know it or not, I was still gonna get my blue hair,
that's true.
and I was still gonna sport a tattoo, you know. But yeah, I mean, in some cases, yeah, I kind of see the whole, after, Rachel meets her mother and everything, and they go through it and decide then and there, yeah, we're going to LA. But then the money problem, and then Rachel going to Frank for ways of going ahead and getting Al, only to end up with him. It seems kind of like it's going through the original story. It's not, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, Comic Book 5 might explain how they ended up in LA, in whichever way. We're still going to be blown away by it.
Yeah,
So,
God.
whichever way it goes,
Mm-hmm.
So I want your take on it. How did you enjoy the fourth comic?
I really liked it. I liked how they went about it. Sorry, just a bit cough during that. But no, I like how they went about it. It was written really, really well. I felt like the transition between arcs, obviously, because it's like they could have screwed it up. They could have definitely just like made it really like bad. I felt like they could have. It's easy to screw up something like related to time. Here's the thing, and a lot of people are still confused. Here's the thing, and this is what I've been seeing a lot right after I read the issue, is that people are very confused about the ending. Not the fact that, oh, she's with Rachel, Chloe, whatever, Not the fact that, oh, the price field kiss. It's the fact of how does the time thing work. People are very confused by it. About the whole quantum realm thing. Quantum realm? Jesus, this is not Marvel. Oof. I mean, I guess I might as well call it that. I guess that's what it technically is, but I don't think it's officially called that because I think that's what Marvel calls it. But the whole different thing, the whole different parallel universes thing, that it's not even universes. I don't even know what it is. So
I'm thinking in some. Okay, I'm going back to this, and I know that you're gonna laugh. I'm gonna say, ugh. I think it's the shedding of one identity for another. That's why Max is naked, because it's a shifting from one kind of like, how do I say, one kind of Max to another, but it's one that's been reverberated the loudest
Mm-hmm.
because she's been receiving all these flickers, and it seemed to be pulling her in one direction, in some direction. And I'm guessing this space is where she can shed not only the soul, but the clothes and the body of the Max who should have been in that timeline,
Mm-hmm.
or one where she belongs in. Yeah, I know it's locked again.
Yeah, that is. My question is, though, I think the one I've questioned the hardest and the one I've been thinking about the longest time and it's been bothering me is that the one that she left and the one that obviously we were, looking at for, the whole issue, is that one or did, like, Max never exist? That confuses me. Does it get replaced by a different Max? Like, what happens?
She was questioning the same thing.
That's the thing. Max, answer my question.
The same thing, whether there was a Max. If there was a Max or not, because one of the flickers that she had was her tombstone. Was Max's own tombstone. And she even went ahead and commented on it. She was like, was I in the car with William?
So you...
When the truck went ahead and hit, and that both Max and William died?
So you're thinking that the timeline where she's with Chloe at that time, at least maybe, possibly, was the one that she was supposed to die in? That's dark.
I'm saying that the timeline that she was in before she went to the other one, I'm thinking the reason maybe why she got the flickers and the strong tugging to go to the reality where she ended up was because in that timeline, oh god,
this gets dark.
In that timeline, maybe William went ahead and spoke to Joyce, and Joyce was like, oh, I need some help with, an extra hand. And seeing as though Chloe was a little bit older than Max, might have said, okay, Max, come along,
Ooh, I'm just getting this is giving me, like, ugh. It's getting me, like, ooh, no.
That universe, or that reality, might have been one where Max and William died. And that's why she was being felt like she wasn't supposed to be there, because everything was happening and it was telling her to leave now.
Never turn back. It turns into Lion King. It turns into Scar.
Yeah.
Never return. It's like, oh, okay. Like, well, shoot. Couple issues there. I'm coming back to reclaim my throne. I don't know. I'm just being stupid, to be honest.
But I'm not sure. I mean, even in the next reality, something might happen. Maybe in the next reality, there might be another Max.
In the next one, I'm kidding.
There might be another Max.
Well, we hope so. I don't want Chloe to feel lonely.
In that reality. And it's kind of like, I don't know if this is continuation. If this is a long continuation, that's probably what's going to happen. I'm not sure. I'm not putting any stock in it, but that's my thought, that there might be another Max, and that Max stumbled upon, Chloe and Rachel, and it seems as though she entered a timeline where something happened, a reality where something happens, and has to fix it or going to another reality.
Oh god. Actually turns into Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Turns into Quantum Leap.
This is beginning to turn into Quantum Leap.
I mean, though, actually, you know what? Actually, now thinking about that actual line, the Warren where Warren says, Max is like, what is Quantum Leap anyway? And it's like, well, forgot the main character's name, whoever they were. But pretty much the whole point is like, what happens to the main character? And it's like, well, he keeps going until he goes home. And honestly, I feel like the whole point, I guess, of the comic is that she keeps, at least if the arcs keep going, obviously, she's gonna have to keep trying to find, I guess, her place, wherever she belongs, her quote-unquote home, her timeline or her universe or whatever. I don't know what to call it. It's not timeline, obviously, but I don't know if it's universe either.
You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking, and this might be sad.
Should have finds a home.
This pertains to the end of if they have an end. Chloe's been in 2 realities now. Chloe's been in that reality, and Chloe's is clearly in this reality with Rachel.
You don't. Oh, I know where this is gonna go. Continue. Sorry.
If she goes into any more realities with Chloe in it, what if by the end she finally goes home and Chloe's dead?
The home is the one where she actually was sacrificed.
The home is the one where she has to sacrifice, and she has to go ahead and make amends with it. Because you have to figure she's seeing these Chloes and she's getting to spend time with them. Maybe it's her way of trying to cope with the loss. That Chloe is still here, but in a way, she's gone.
The 5 stages of literally the 5 stages of loss. Oh no.
Yeah. It's even.
Ooh, actually, we should check on that.
It's even start to feel like that. The 5 stages of loss.
Honestly, though, actually, you know what? This is my guessing. This is what I hope. I don't want the series to go for too long. I don't want a 100-issue series. Please, God, don't make 100 issues. I don't want that. That's too much. My reasoning, because it could get dull and old really fast for something along the line of this. Maybe like 20, maybe close to 30 issues tops, maybe. And maybe have I don't know, 5-ish arcs to it. But if they do it like that, where they have 5 arcs, each arc is each stage of it. I forgot what the stages were. I know one of them is depression. Hold on, let me look it up actually.
Let me see, is depression. I know one is bargaining.
Bargaining,
the other is
5 stages of grief. Hold on, let me see. Give it a minute.
I know the last one is acceptance.
Why aren't you telling me what it is? Okay, the 5 stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. So, I'm just trying to think of the first issue, what it was like. And I don't think they can be in order either. They don't have to be. They just usually are, but I don't think they have to be in order. I say for this right now, it's bargaining, I feel like.
The first issue.
It's almost a form of, bargaining. Yeah. She's like, you know what, I'll do this, and then maybe this could happen. I don't know, I'm sacrificing this for this. I don't know, just let me have Chloe. Maybe. I don't know, maybe the next one could be anger, because it's still happening. And it's why is this still happening? I thought I fixed the problem. Or being no, I don't.
Depression.
Depression, yeah.
Oh, yeah, denial.
Well, denial, depression. Well, it depends. But actually, you know what? Depression makes more sense. I feel like. Because it's
depression and then denial will be the other.
Yeah, because then they'd be
Because
like,
it'd be like, no, this can't be.
this can't be. And then finally,
And then the final would be letting go
mm-hmm.
and finally accepting that
Acceptance.
she's dead and there's nothing she could do to change it.
Mm-hmm. Also, by the way, when I looked this up, the guy that they used a picture for is very sketchy looking. He just looks like he wants to murder someone.
Very skeevy looking.
He just looks like he's just like looking like he's either judging you or scheming. Yeah. This just makes me laugh. Just sorry that I just had a comment on that. Also, by the way, just a weird fact: not everyone will go through the 5 stages of grief. By the way, I just want to mention that because it happens to some people, but not everyone. I just want to mention that right now because I never went through it really. Not exactly. You know.
Yeah.
At least I don't think. Unless, of course, I could be wrong. I just did. It was just secretive. I'm just denying it. I'm in denial. I'm kidding. Also, actually, another fact is that people... I don't know why I'm going with facts right now. We're talking about the comic, and I'm just going off of this. But the thing is, people can be in each stage for years. They could be stuck on one stage for years. They can never even get over that stage sometimes. You know? It's very, actually, really disturbing and kind of sad, actually. Like, people can get stuck in their depression phase, you know, for, like, you know, ever, or maybe just for, like, years until they get on to, like, the next stage. You know? So... Yeah, anyway, back to the comic. But yeah, geez, if they did it that way, though, I would be like, oh. That would be interesting. Let's see, what else? I mean, we already were talking about theories of what we think will happen in the next issues. I don't know. You know, actually, I never really went full extent at what I think about the comic. I said I liked it, but I never really put on any other thoughts on it. No, I liked it, though. It was really good. It was very well written. I liked the ending, even though, yes, it might have been tiny confusing. I understood it. And someone made a really good point about, and I was in a server about it, talking about, you know, someone said, oh yeah, it was confusing. It's like, yeah, well, I mean, it is confusing, but I mean, usually people do it, like, you know, blah, blah, you know, I forgot what exactly I said, but it's like, you know, like, Marvel does it, though. Doctor Strange exists, and it's like, oh, dang, okay, true. Maybe that's why I'm numb to it, because I've seen so much Marvel movies, and I've seen Doctor Strange, I've seen how it works. Maybe that's why I'm not confused by the ending. Everyone else, if you're a Marvel fan, you understand. You know. I don't know. I want to see Captain Marvel, but I can't. So it's not coming up where I live, and it's difficult to see movies now. Anyway, thought about it too much. You know, I kind of want to talk about the Pricefield kiss, because I feel like that's important. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I just found it interesting. I don't know, it's not like I don't see the point of why they did it, but I kind of like that they finally had, like, comparing to all of the times that Chloe has ever, you know, like, loved someone and, you know, fell in love with someone, the first time, obviously, Rachel was they both were just kind of right away, you know? Like, the kiss with Max and the kiss with Rachel, it was, like, very right away. They knew each other for, like, a couple of days, and that was it. Although Max, though, yes, they were friends for, like, the longest time, it still was, like, a long time since they saw each other, so obviously they were kind of different. But at least at this, it was a year till they actually got to know each other. They actually been through a lot, so I just like that. I felt like, oh, yay, I mean, cool. But, like, why does every time we get the kiss, something has to happen with the Pricefield. Every time with the kiss. They have to, like, Max has to go. Stop it. Just let me have my moment. Let them be together. Anyway, sorry, my rant is over. What do you think about the kiss?
I mean, not really. I mean, surprised by it.
noises.
But yeah, I thought it was sweet, you know.
Noise. There's noise. There's noise.
And now I'm being hit by pillows.
Oh boy. Okay, actually, you know what? No, I will go into this right now. What do you think about the whole first 4 issues, in a nutshell? All together in arc, what do you think about it? That way. I feel like it should be the question.
Okay, in a nutshell, I think it was really well put together, actually. I mean, it is a continuation of, well, it is. I mean, fans wanted to see more of, you know, me and Max, but, you know, having it, you know, comic book form, it is good. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my 2 cents.
I really liked it.
So,
I think. Oh, jeez. Were you gonna say something?
yeah, I was going to say, here you go, Chew. 2 cents.
Jesus.
Chloe strikes again.
Anyway, Jesus, that totally just like got me off guard. So.
That's Chloe.
That's me. There's a Jonesy Amanda show.
Oh, sorry. No, it's not Chloe. It's not Chloe anymore. You know what it is?
What is it?
Glitter Price.
Oh God darn it! That's forever gonna haunt me, isn't it?
Yep, it's gonna haunt you forever.
Well, alright. Since the last issue reviewing of the issues, Jesus. Anyway, getting to my points. I think the first 4 issues as an arc together, I feel like I think I was really good. I like that it wasn't too fan servicey. I like that they didn't like push on too much about, you know, all certain things, you know. They didn't like do too much price field or, you know, oh, showed Rachel often or, you know, all that jazz, you know. Like, they showed Rachel just enough to an extent where it made sense to the storyline. It wasn't just completely goddamn random. They had, like, little moments of price field, obviously the kiss, but, like, for the most part, they were kind of, like, careful how they did it. You can tell that they did it, like, in a way where it felt right, you know? And, you know, all that, you know? I like that wasn't too fan servicey. It was enough where it was, like, a satisfying to read. I felt like the issue, you wanted to keep reading more. And I feel like that's really important. If I don't feel like at the end of a comic that I want to keep reading on, then you failed, like, you failed at writing in, you know, a comic. Because at the end of the day, that's what you fail. Yes. At the end of the day, the whole key is that you want me to keep going. You want me to be more interested. You want me to keep seeing what's next. What's gonna happen next. Okay. Like, ultimately, that's what a comic should do. You want me to keep going on. And I felt like they did that very well. I kept wanting to read it. I kept, you know, every time I heard there was going to be a new one, getting very excited about it. It was just, like, I think a good. The art style, I mean, I want to go back to the art style. The art style is really nice. Like, the more I continued on, the more I feel like not nicer, but like, I kind of admired it more and more. Because it just looked really nice. It was just a good, you know, style that I was able to, like, you know, get with. You know. The funniest thing is, I remember at the beginning, right before the comic actually came out, I was so, like, apprehensive. I think that's the word. The word? Apprehensive? I think so. If I'm not, you get my point. About the comic. I was very worried about it because I didn't know where they wanted to go with it. I have no clue. Not one bit what they wanted to do. Going with this, what are they doing But finally, with the third issue came out, I kind of was like, okay, you know, this is good. I like where they're going with this. Obviously, they have an idea. And of course, the fourth issue was really good. Like it literally turned my whole idea around of what I thought about it at first to literally me loving the series. And I love Life is Strange series. I'm so happy that I got into the series when I did. It was actually a really good time I got into the series, honestly, because obviously the second game was gonna come out very soon. The comic issues I never knew about, and then all of a sudden, was a thing. But yeah, I got into it last year. I think it was just around this month. I think I got into Life is Strange. I think happy anniversary to me for Life is Strange. Yay. Anyway, for me getting into it at least. No, I really love the series to death, and I'm glad that it's doing well. I'm glad that even the first game in the and Before the Storm are still getting recognition even after the second game, and the second game is still really good also. At least Life is Strange 2, I should say. Because technically the second game is Before the Storm, but whatever. I'm not getting into that jazz right now. But no, it's still a strong community. There's still people who is very hard and strong to it. And I think it's one of the nicer communities, honestly, for things. God forbid, there's so many bad gaming communities. It's insane. God forbid, at least this one is very wholesome, very wholehearted, and it's very caring and understanding about each other. So this series is really good, and I feel I'm happy that it's doing well, and I'm happy the comic is doing well and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for the comic. I mean, yeah, the first four issues were really good. They're well done. They're well made. And I'm excited for more. Obviously, I'm excited for the fifth issue and more to that. I don't really have anything else to say. I don't have any more warning. I don't know. I guess for the rest of it, for my opinion of what they can do, is that just keep going what they're doing. Don't, like I said, don't go into the fan service. Don't really me around, like I'm stupid or something, And yeah, I mean, all that jazz. Also want to mention a tiny thing that someone mentioned too, I remember, and I kind of think this will make people happy. Who write fanfics and such, and have ideas of different storylines. Anyway. Welcome back. I tried to you're ruining the moment. Anyway, I was gonna say...
I am a moment ruiner.
At least I told my wholehearted, thing before you came back. My wholehearted feel about the series. No, I said, and I noticed, someone, I forgot who was it on Tumblr, I apologize, but you probably know if you ever see this, probably not. But pretty much someone made a post about how, and it was a picture, and it's one of the timelines, when Max was looking through and everything, where Max and Victoria were together? I don't ship it, but I'm just saying it's a thing. If you ship it, that's fine. It's not me. Chase Field is not my thing. But they made a point about how, everyone's envisions, everyone's, fanfic and everything, could still count, everyone's is, still somehow could be, a part of it. Theirs can be to them canon, Considering now we know that there's so many different, universes and things, they kind of homaged people who write fanfics and everything, that, what, yours can be, in a universe if you want it to be, it's your heart, and whatever. It's just kind of cool. I like that, and someone made pointed that out. It definitely brings a different aspect when I read fanfics now, because it's what if this was a universe? It'd be interesting. There's someone outside. But yeah, I don't know. I like that touch that someone commented on, and I agree with it. Anyway. anything else? I don't really have any much else to say at the moment about the comic or anything. Any other comments, Chloe, or good with the comic? The comicking. So.
What's going on?
I asked you if you have any other comments.
Oh no, I don't have any comments other than Max went to the bathroom, so I got this one comment for you, and I got this one comment only. Good thing that she's not here to go ahead and hit the pillows.
What if she rewatches the
Maybe
stream?
Max is good Max.
What if she rewatches this though?
Huh?
What if she rewatches this though stream?
Fuck. I'll hide it from her.
Also, what if?
I'll hide it.
Wait.
I'll say that it
Did she
definitely-
bring? Did she bring her phone to the bathroom though? By any chance? Or wherever she
No.
went? She didn't. Well, okay, then you're
No.
lucky with that one, just
I
in
have it
case.
right here.
Well, at least she wasn't watching it on her phone,
Yeah.
because that would get you hurt.
And she she never brings her phone in the bathroom.
Huh. Well, I don't either. So,
Yeah,
anyway.
she's a nerd like that. Well, she's
Sorry.
I know she's a nerd.
Hey, I'm a nerd too.
A damn nerd.
I need to look on YouTube. I just
She's-
realized. I never
she's
checked if there was
nerdy.
any comments.
She's even more nerdy than you.
Well, excuse me, princess. I'm kidding. I never checked YouTube.
I mean, the good thing she isn't a Jew. Because, you know.
Wow, alright. How do
sorry.
you know she's not Jewish, huh? How do you know? Maybe she has a bit of Jew blood in her.
Oh, I know things.
How do you know?
I know
How?
things.
How do you know?
I know things.
How do you know?
She tells me.
But she might not know either. How do you know she doesn't know? Maybe she might take one of those blood test things, you know, weird DNA tests, and she finds out.
What, you mean Ancestry.com?
Yes.
No. I'm not going to let her see Ancestry.com.
Why not?
Because.
She has the right to.
Well, I'm going to keep her from it.
How?
I'll say that Indian scammers are running Ancestry.com.
You know, there's other websites too that do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
You can't keep her from every single one.
I'll try.
You could try it. You're gonna fail.
I mean, I'll go ahead and distract her with kisses. So.
Max, come to the dark side. Come to the Jew side. We have kosher.
Oy vey.
Ah, boy. Oy vey. Anyway. I had a bagel yesterday. If you want, if that's an added bonus
Oh
to my
God!
Guinness.
Did you have lentil? Did you have lentil with it?
No.
Oh, good, good. You're not you're not quite full Jewish until you've had a bagel with lentil.
I'm half Jewish, first of all. We ready to discuss this multiple times. The dog looked at me.
Well, I count anyone who's able to go ahead and hear a penny drop on the floor and turn their head full Jewish. And oh wow, I have a friend right here.
Wow, thanks.
You and my therapist would have a good time together because he's also Jewish.
Oof.
Yeah, he wears a little I think it's called a kippah.
Yarmulke?
One of those little black hats.
Oh, I don't know what those are called. Oh, yarmulkes are the
One of
ones
those
you wear
little
to
black.
the I forgot what it's called, but yeah. Anyway, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
God darn it.
Anyway, like the video if you liked it.
Wow,
Dislike
we're not
if you
even at the end
disliked
yet.
it.
Calm down. I'm waiting till at least an hour mark. Calm yourself. Also, by any chance is Max back?
Yeah, she's back.
Okay.
Why?
Uh.
What?
Hey, Max, you wanna know a secret?
She's looking at me with accusing eyes.
You wanna know? You wanna know something
I
about
did.
Chloe? That you don't know, but I know.
She's like, yeah.
Okay. Well, she
Nice.
doesn't want you to be Jewish anyway.
Nice.
Also, she said naked Max is good Max. Anyway, but I forgot to mention that one.
Ow! God! Stop hitting me!
I win. Yay. Anyway.
Hmm.
Chloe, you're still my favorite. So is Max, but you're still my favorite. Both my favorite.
Yeah.
You know it was gonna come about anyway at some point.
Yeah, I didn't know you were gonna go right out the gate with it.
Well,
I mean, you could have leaned into it, and then, you know, she would hit me with pillows, but, you know.
no mercy. No mercy. No Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz? What? Mercedes-Benz. Holy Jesus. Enough to get me through something. Smack lips. Smack lips.
It is... now I'm loading slowly.
Makes weird pigeon noises. Hoot hoot. Burb burb. Tweet tweet. Caw caw. Hoo hoo. I don't know any other bird sounds. Hoot hoot. I don't know. Goes on for 5 hours for random bird sounds. I don't know. Messing around with the screen. I was actually before this. I was looking at the choices we made during this first game because I'm on the first game screen. You know, it was very interesting what choices we made. I didn't make them, by the way. It was the fans' choice, so yeah. I should have friended myself on my other account so you could have seen what choices I made during my first ever run of the game. Hey man, too lazy to do it, and also it's involved me turning off the screen, and I don't want to do that quite yet. Maybe a different video I might do it. Who knows? You know, one thing I do want to do in the future, but I've been too lazy to do it because God forbid it would take forever to do, is a best moments compilation. At least of 2018, since that's when I first started streaming. fun, but the problem is that takes so much time because I have to look at every single goddamn video, which are usually they're like hour long usually, and having to nitpick which ones. I would do it in parts, but even still though, it'd be difficult. But I want to do it one day. Maybe when I have actual time.
I'm thinking about doing creepypastas. You know, like rating creepypastas.
Ooh. I want to be there for that.
Yeah. I mean, it would be interesting to go ahead and, you know, do like a stream.
Indeed. Also,
I've been reading. I think I've been reading the first part of a creepypasta that is entitled "I was dead for 6 minutes."
that sounds freaky already.
I've been dead for 6 minutes, and I went to heaven, and I already want to go to hell.
Isn't it supposed to be 7 minutes in heaven?
Huh?
Is it supposed to realistically be like 7 minutes in heaven or something like that? The term.
Yeah.
I think that's when you make out someone in the closet.
Be, from what I read, some of what I read part 1, it doesn't seem like the heaven you were told in Sunday school. It's more like a prison rather than a.
Well, that's an interesting concept.
Yeah, because it has like walls and it has like the angels guarding, you know, being guards instead of being, you know, all this friendly, you know, beings there, standing watch, you know. And yeah.
Wowzers.
Oh my god. Max. You're stealing your lines now. Can I go over to can I go to California and slap her? I just go ahead and order a ticket, a round trip ticket to California, go there, find out where she lives, go to where she lives, knock on the door. Her father will answer. If not, and she answers, that'd be even better because, you know, when she answers and says, "Hey, how you doing?" I'll be like, walk away. Then I'll get back on the flight, and, you know, go back home, and then we'll talk about it. Yeah, you'll probably be bad, but, you know, I'd be like, hey, you stole Max's line, so got an enemy coming. Even though I spent all that money just to go to California, just to go ahead and slap you.
Well, at least you can visit a bit before slapping me.
Huh?
At least you could do some things before slapping me.
Let me see. I'll say, "Hi, how you doing, Carolyn? Oh, it's great seeing you."
Just like that. It's like, ow, why would you do that? You know why? And it walks away, and you're like,
I'll
what?
just turn around. I'll go ahead and slap you, turn around and walk away. You're like, "Ow, why do you do that?" I'll turn my head and say, "You know why."
And you're just like, I'm just like, oh.
Just those 3 words.
It's like, great. Like, goes to school next day, has a red mark on my face, and it's like, oh, what happened to you? You okay? You don't want to know. It's like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, are you sure? Yes. You know, actually, you don't want to do creepypastas. I want to do conspiracy theories. There's random ones, funny ones that like really like disturbing, like could be realistic ones. Of anything.
Oh, really?
I think it'd be fun. Just talking about them. Maybe that may be the next stream. Or not next stream, but next podcast, whenever I do it. Have to look up a ton though, and have it actually on me so I'm able to read and talk about it that way. I think the easiest route, we should probably start with cartoons if I do ever do it, is maybe to start with cartoon ones. That would be cool. Because cartoon ones are kind of the simpler ones, to be honest. So... No, it won't be turning into a conspiracy theory channel, by the way. I'm just saying I want to try doing it just to do it. To have, anyway.
So what was the plan?
My plan is, some point in time, whenever I do another one of these podcasts, I don't know when, you know, the plan is, just create random not creepypasta, that's your thing, do random conspiracy theories, like cartoon ones at least.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy theories about cartoons, especially The Simpsons. There's one that says that The Simpsons predicted 9/11.
Those ones are really interesting, the ones that they predicted.
New York episode. And there was like a New York episode where The Simpsons, the first one where The Simpsons wanted to go to New York for something. I think it was the part where Homer went inside of the World Trade Center. Went into one part trying to find a bathroom, then went down and went to the other building.
Oh.
And there was one scene where they were talking about going to New York, and Bart held up a flyer.
Oh yeah.
I think it's like a train or some kind of flyer thing.
It was a flyer, and I believe
it was kind of like a plane thing. It was like there was like 9, and then there was like the 2 towers.
And there was a plane going toward it, I believe.
Yeah, it was like 9/11, and theory is that this episode was just before 9/11.
Wasn't it like a year before? If I'm correct?
I think it was in 2000 when the episode released.
So that's even freakier. It's not even like they could predict it a year before, yeah. Also, there's another one about this. This has predicted a lot of things, which is really disturbing to me. About Donald Trump winning office. And supposedly him, like, kind of ruining America. Fortunately, that seems to be kind of accurate with it.
Oh, yeah, when Lisa went ahead and,
she became president,
Lisa took office, and she was, like, well, we have to go ahead and repair the damage that Donald Trump went ahead and did.
Funniest thing,
like,
not funny, but the honest thing is that people when they saw that episode too, she kind of almost, they're saying like she looked like Hillary Clinton a bit, and people are thinking that possibly if this is kind of true, that Hillary Clinton might take office next, which is even odder. If that is true, holy Jesus, that is official. Like Simpsons is like God. They can predict anything. Which is so weird though. They predicted so many weird things, like little things though.
I don't think Hillary Clinton's going to be taking office.
I don't think so either.
But there's a new candidate who is aiming for the White House.
Well, there's a lot of people aiming for the White House.
Democrat.
Oh, thank God. We need Democrat. No.
But
kidding. We're not going to political. What side are we on?
There was one conspiracy theory. Not conspiracy theory, but it's kind of a dark theory.
Oh God.
Have you ever heard or watched the cartoon Ed, Ed and Eddie?
Yeah.
Double D being the smart one.
I've seen it.
Ed being the, Doofus and Eddie being the scam artist,
Mm-hmm.
living in the cul-de-sac with, the different kids and everything.
Yeah.
Well, one dark theory is that those kids in the cul-de-sac,
Mm-hmm.
the kids are in purgatory.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one.
And every kid has a
That was a really, oh god, I remember when I first saw that. That one really gave me chills because like it was very interesting each one's how they died and what time period they came from.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
There's that. And then there's the Pokemon one. Ash got hit by lightning or something?
Yeah, he got hit by lightning, then he goes into a coma.
Something to go ahead and, then he goes into a coma, and the rest of the story is him going ahead and, kind of like battling different kind of aspects of himself.
Ooh, apparently
or kind of like, growing up while he's still in a coma.
Mm-hmm.
And facing all these, like, different things.
Ooh, that's... Hold on, I found something. Apparently, The Simpsons predicted a lot more stuff, apparently, than just that. Those two things I mentioned. Let me see if I can find, like, good ones. Like, ones that are, like, pretty interesting. Hold on. Autocorrect fails?
There's a creepypasta about Bart, being dead.
Well, oh, wait, what? What about
Bart's
FaceTime?
dead.
Hold on, this one. Okay, no. Bart, well, yeah, I heard about that one before, I think. That was a really one. Yeah, so, which season did this one came out? Oh, I see. Okay, hold on. Let you go.
It's kind of like a lost tape of The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm. Also, that's always the start of each and every single creepypasta, at least cartoon one. I'm just saying.
And there is a creepypasta about I think it was supposed to be a Nick Jr. or Noggin show by the name of Happy Appy.
Mm.
It is an extremely long read, and it talks about a children's kind of like a cartoon show. Not a cartoon show, but it featured a apple with kind of like arms and a stick.
Jalapeno on a stick.
Okay. Now that I'm thinking about that, there's another theory, kind of like a conspiracy theory. Not a conspiracy theory, mind you. It's kind of like a creepypasta involving Nick. And, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to have to get out of.
Well, I want to read one of the Simpson ones that they predicted, because supposedly they predicted a lot of things, apparently, supposedly, which is really odd. But this one's kind of interesting. Go back up. One was about the FaceTime, which I found interesting, which was season 6, episode 19, Lisa's wedding, and it was predicted in 1995, and it came true in 2010. And it says, in this futuristic installment, Lisa talks with Marge using her phone's video chat capabilities, predating the popular FaceTime feature of today's iPhones by 15 years. I wish I could show you the picture. It's interesting. There was cell phones back then, though, so I mean, that's not really anything particularly that one with that. Smartwatches? Not really that important. What the really weird ones? Oh, America's Ebola outbreak? Oh, I think I remember hearing about this one, actually. I remember actually watching it, too. Anyway.
Okay, I have time,
We have
I'm
time.
going to read this today.
How long is it? Just curious.
I'm going to be, I'm going to be on another channel, so I won't hear you.
Okay.
But I'll go ahead and read it, and after I finish, I'll go ahead and come back.
Okay, okay. I'll keep silent then.
Okay, so here we go. Stick Stickly may be one of the least creative characters ever made, but he still holds a very special place in the hearts of Dinah's children for his several years of hosting Nick and Afternoon. Most information on Stick Stickly says he hosted Nickelodeon's Summer Afternoon block from 1995 to 1998, but I always swore that I remembered seeing him on TV earlier than that. I thought it was crazy for quite a while, but recently I found a small fan site for Stick Stickly that mentioned him hosting a 1993 afternoon block during the school year called Afternoon Snack with Stick Stickly. To my joy, the website even had videos of Stickly's segments. I watched one mark the first ever Stick Stickly appearance. Stick Stickly was in front of a chalkboard with Afternoon Snack written on it in writing. His design was a little different. His eyes were smaller, he had no nose, and his mouth was a straight line, instead of being curved into a smile. He made a couple of corny jokes, then said Rugrats was coming up. The video ended at that point. I watched the next one. There were 6 of them, and none had dates, but I could only assume they were in chronological order. The second one was called Stick Gets Injured. Stick Stickly had the same face from the first video, but his body seemed a little worn. There were a few splinters sticking out of his side, his full dialogue. Well, the dog next door married me, but I managed to get it. The show you all voted to see, Hey Dude, is up next. And don't forget to send in your postcards to vote for the special guest show you want to see. And remember, that address is. He sang the classic song about right to him, but the tune was different than later versions. Much slower after he sang the song and just stood motionless for a few minutes before the video ended. The third was called Hang Stick. Stick Stickly was hanging in the air by a piece of string tied around his waist. A little boy who looked about 5 was also there, and a chalkboard had 6 dashes on it, representing a 6-letter hangman word. The kid was guessing letters, and each time he got one wrong, the string around Stick's waist would move higher. The game would be over when it reached Stick's neck. The kid kept guessing letters, and when the rope was one incorrect guess from Stick's neck, the letters filled in were C blank NDLE. It was obvious what the word was, but the kid wasn't taking the game very seriously, giggling. He guessed X. The rope moved to Stick's neck, and its eyes flashed out of existence. Or replaced by 2 X's. There was no sound for about 30 seconds. The kid stared at Stick's body. Then Stick's eyes flashed back to normal, and he laughed. Said he was fine, and that Wild and Crazy Kids was next. The fourth video was called Stick Quits. Stick was ranting about something that presumably happened in a segment the site didn't have a video of, saying no one respected him, that he was treated like a toothpick, how his father was a mighty chef, and complaining about how the dog had buried him. The complaints seemed like jokes, but his tone was more serious than you'd expect. A little kid appeared, not the same as in the video 3, and told Stick that all the children loved him. Stick was silent for quite a while, then sighed and said he would stay. He reminded us to vote in the guest show contest again, and said it was time for Rugrats. The fifth video was marked Stick Gets Mad, no sound. Like the description said, it was silent. Stick was moving very quickly with body language indicating he was yelling. The little girl was cowering from him, clearly afraid. The girl eventually left it. Stick just faced the screen. His animation was so simple that I couldn't tell who was talking. The sixth video was called Winner Reveal. Stick had a dark red stain on the top of his head, and one of his eyes was X. Stick made no mention of his appearance and announced that the votes were in. It was time for the special guest show to air. His last bit of dialogue. It's been a long contest and the vote was closed, but you, the kids, have decided. Coming right now, the classic you voted for, Candle Cove.
Oh,
Yep.
that one twisted so bad. Like Candle Cove, I'm like, oh no, I know that one.
Okay. Candle Cove now. Candle Cove is something else.
I was not expecting that transition to like a totally different one. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's when the theory gets darker. God. Should you explain what Candle Cove is for people who don't know what it is?
Candle Cove is a creepypasta about a show that ran on Nick. Well, not Nick, but it ran somewhere. It was about a ship called the Laughing Stock. There was a skeleton called the Skin Taker. Percy the Pirate, and they had like a little girl there too. They would go on like adventures and everything like that. One of the episodes that basically is on YouTube is just them screaming, and the little girl crying. I'll get into the full story soon, but most people on the internet have sworn to see it, to actually see it. But one of the most disturbing things was that when they told their parents, like years after, the parents would just go ahead and say, oh, I was going to go ahead and get you for this or that, but you were always in the living room watching Static.
I never heard that one before. I only heard part of the theory. I heard that it was dark.
Suggesting that,
messed up like show.
Or similarly suggesting that Candle Cove either never existed or Candle Cove was being transmitted to children only.
See, that's...
that only they can remember it.
Ugh, that's like the dark part about the... I mean, I've heard bits of that, before. I didn't heard that part where like, oh, you were really watching Static. I only heard like a bit of it, but that's pretty... Ugh, God. Ugh. I guess shivers. No, but that's, yeah. Like, it's really disturbing. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez. Though, a lot of the time it makes you wonder, like, I know people come up with the stuff, but, like, it makes you wonder with something like that, it just makes you think a bit, like, what if something like that did happen at some point in time? Like, it's just, wow. Very eerie all of a sudden with the game, because all of a sudden this like really odd wind starts blowing. Woo! But that's really interesting though with the last one you mentioned, that they actually transitioned that creepypasta to a entirely different one. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, some are even speculating that Stickly and Candle Cove are somehow related.
Maybe the concept that it was... Well, the guy did mention, though, before, he said that he swore he remembers seeing it, like, early, like, episodes of the show, technically, quote-unquote. If you think about it that way. So,
Let's see.
The funniest thing about Stickly is when I remember when I first, like, when, like how now for like Nick, like, Team Nick, they have, they show older shows, from the 90s. you know. Um, it's just it was really odd because it was like.
Cannot do creepypasta.
Although I'm just mentioning this because I can. But I remember like I remember seeing Six Stickley all the time, and now he's not on TV anymore. So it makes you wonder something on. Like they used to like use his like older clips for each of the shows. So it's like very odd.
Oh yeah. Hold on. But yeah, it's kind of like a form, kind of like a form thing.
Form.
It's in a style of form, you know.
Mhm.
Discussion.
Sorry. Ugh. Blah. But yeah.
I might do it another time.
I mean, I don't know. Well, you know what? Actually, no. You should save those for yours. It makes more sense. Because technically, you're the one who said you want to do them, so I think it makes more sense if you save it. But we get a little taste of it, though. What it could be like. A test. You know. I don't know. I mean, you guys can like comment like below if you want to see Chloe do more of those for her channel, because I think that'd be cool. I feel like that we would have more of a darker atmosphere though than literally the Life is Strange background with the whole beach side. If you're gonna do that. I just found that hilarious noticing like, yeah, it's a very pretty thing, we're looking at it, and you're talking about something completely dark.
It's not funky. You said do it outside. It's outside. I can't
So.
do it out in the middle of the street. I can't go in the middle of the back door. I got to stay close to the house to find a bush. I can't stand out in the middle of the yard.
But, yeah. And I might need to do conspiracy theories. Just cartoon ones maybe first, and then maybe go into other ones. But cartoon ones are really interesting. I feel like... Because those can get dark. Like, if you really... you want to go into it, jeez. Like, I think the darkest one...
Yeah.
I think if I ever heard... I think was the Rugrats one. And I think there's two different ones out there. But the one where all of the Rugrats kids are in Angelica's minds and they're all dead. That one gets... dark. So... So, but anyway, probably should end this pretty much now. It's longer. It seems to be better for some odd reason. So, yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed. Liked it if you liked it, disliked if you disliked it, and subscribe. And subscribe to Chloe, and let us know. Do you guys actually want us to have me do conspiracy theories, like cartoon ones, and have Chloe do the creepypastas? Because I mean, we're curious. It's very, very, interesting. I would have fun doing it, and I'm sure Chloe would have fun doing the creepypastas. But, yeah, that's it. Anything else other than that? Before we sign off?
Nope. That is.
Alrighty then.
That is.
Bye. Alright. Bye-bye, guys.